It's your boy Thick Boy Gohan back again with another Bleach breakdown. Today we're diving into a character who doesn't get a lot of screen time, but when he does show up, you know it's about to get serious. I'm talking about Ryūken Ishida, the cold, collected Quincy dad with more baggage than Spirit Airlines. Whether you see him as a neglectful father or a misunderstood man burdened by legacy, there's a lot more going on under that gray suit and pair of rimless glasses than it seems. So let's start with the basics. Ryūken Ishida is the director of Karakura Hospital, a powerful Quincy and the father of Uryū Ishida. He's tall, he has that sharp white hair, narrow blue eyes, and always dressed like he's headed to a funeral or a hostile board meeting. Even though he tries to distance himself from his Quincy roots, the man literally rocks a tie with Quincy crosses all over it, and his hospital is decorated with them too. Like, sir, you might hate your bloodline, but your interior design choices say otherwise. Now, personality-wise, Ryūken is cold, blunt, and driven. He's got that I don't have time for feelings energy. He's a workaholic who's more interested in saving the living than honoring the traditions of the Quincy. I used to think he just hated being a Quincy, but really it's deeper than that. He hates that being a Quincy doesn't provide stability. Dude said flat out that there's no money in spiritual warfare. Can't argue with that. Now when it comes to Uryu, that relationship is complicated. Ryūken helps him get his powers back, but there's always conditions. He says, don't deal with the Soul Reapers, don't follow in your grandfather's footsteps, and while it may sound harsh, it feels like he's trying to protect Uryu from the pain he went through. He doesn't say, I love you, but his actions low-key scream it when you look closer. When Ryūken was a teenager, he actually cared more about Quincy traditions. He was set to marry Masaki Kurosaki for the sake of the bloodline, but even then he showed some heart. He told Kane Katagiri, his eventual wife, that he wanted Masaki to marry for happiness, not just duty. That's a lot coming from him. But when Masaki went to save Isshin from the hollow known as White, Ryūken tried to stop her. He failed. Then he watched her get infected, freaked out and tried to save her, even carrying her out of the mansion in his arms. And when Kisuke Urahara offered a solution, Ryūken stepped aside and let Isshin take over. It's another example of him caring deeply, but not showing it in the typical way. Here's the big thing about Ryūken. He's not just a Quincy, he's the last Quincy. After his father Ryūken Ishida died, Ryūken inherited all of his powers and techniques. Whether he wanted the title or not, it was his, and unlike Uryu, Ryūken's skills are fully developed. He can shoot with one hand, target with insane precision, and manipulate reishi like it's second nature. His bow is white, sleek, and he can rapid fire shots using a technique called Klavier, German for piano. It's like he's playing spiritual bullets like keys. He also keeps sealess Snyder swords stored under his hospital. That's wild. Imagine checking into the ER and not knowing there's a weapon vault in the basement. He doesn't show up a lot in battle, but when he does, it's always impactful. During the Arrancar arc, he saves Uryu from 2 hollows with 0 effort, and then he hits us with the quote, I never said I didn't like Quincy powers, just that I wasn't interested in using them. Petty? Absolutely. Iconic? Without a doubt. He then puts Uryu through a grueling training, mocking him the entire time like it's a father-son bonding session from hell. But again, Ryūken isn't cruel for no reason. He's pushing his son past his limits to unlock his powers, the old-fashioned Quincy way. And when he calls Uryu an idiot, you almost hear the affection underneath it. Almost. In the last Substitute Soul Reaper arc, Ryūken plays more of a background role but drops major hints about the nature of the enemy. When Uryu is attacked, Ryūken is the one who discovers that the Ryatsu is something entirely new, neither hollow nor Soul Reaper. He basically foreshadows the Fullbringers and helps Orihime realize that she might be next. The man stays 10 steps ahead without even trying. Now let's talk about Ryuken's role in the 1000-Year Blood War arc, because even though he's not swinging swords or shooting arrows on the front lines, his presence is major. This arc is all about the Quincy's making their final move, and Ryūken, being the last pure-blood Quincy on the sidelines, has a unique perspective on all the chaos. First off, Ryūken is the one who reveals to Uryu the full truth about his mother's death. That's right, Kane Katagiri didn't just pass away from the mysterious illness. She died because of Ashvailin, the Quincy king Yuhabak's twisted ability to steal powers and life of other Quincy's. And Ryūken has receipts. He kept a silver bullet made from the remnants of that power. This isn't just symbolism. Y'all, he literally turned his grief into a weapon. Now fast forward to the end of the arc, when Uryu is facing Yhwach alongside Ichigo and the rest. Ryuken shows up with the Isshin and tosses Uryu that silver arrowhead. It's not just a dramatic gesture, it's the key to stopping Yhwach's ability to see all timelines and rewrite fate itself. That bullet made from Kane's death is the only thing that can truly hurt the Almighty. And here's the thing, Ryuken could have easily used that himself, but he didn't. He gave it to his son, trusting him to do what needed to be done. That moment, quiet as it is, speaks volumes. Ryuken's not the type to say, "I'm proud of you," but giving Uryu the literal key to victory, that is his way of saying it. Even at the end of the world, Ryuken is calm, calculated, and committed to doing what must be done. Not for glory, not for recognition, but because it's right. That's the core of who he is. So here's my take. Ryuken Ishida is a man shaped by duty, regret, and loss. He's emotionally distant, but not heartless. He's hyper-rational, but still human. He might not show love in a traditional way, but he protects what's his. He is the definition of, I didn't ask for this, but I'll carry it anyway. And in a story all about bonds and heritage, he's a character that reminds us of how messy legacies can be, and how sometimes love looks like silence, not softness. If y'all enjoyed this deep dive into Ryuken Ishida, drop a like and hit that subscribe button for more Bleach character breakdowns. Let me know in the comments, do you think Ryuken is a good dad deep down, or is he just cold to the core? This is Thick Boy Gohan signing off. Peace.